What's up, guys? Figured I'd do a quick little intro showing you guys the difference between a fertile egg and an infertile egg and just, you know, the first few weeks of incubation. So I'll go with these. These are actually some high marble cherry head eggs. Gonna be very gentle. So I got the light off here using a flashlight. This is not any kind of special candling flashlight. It's just a regular, very high power, small flashlight. So as you can see here, we got 4 eggs. They're marked cherry head. They were laid on October 3rd. I actually filmed them being laid. So, you know, just because some are chalked and some aren't does not mean that, you know, they're definitely good or the others are definitely bad. This is just to show you. So these two on the left are not showing any signs of chalking. It could form in the next couple days, but as you can see, the egg is basically it's transparent. Basically, you can see right through it. Now these ones on the right, you can see here, you see that chalking shadow on the top. That is what forms in the first couple weeks of incubation. Once you see that chalking happen, I believe the chalking is actually the calcium inside the egg forming at the top. And now this one you can also see chalking on. So those two are definitely fertile. You know, that something could happen during incubation, but as of now, they're fertile. In a couple weeks, week or two, you will see an embryo form on the sidewall of the egg. It'll be a little red mark about the size of a Tic Tac that attaches to the sidewall. So yeah, like I said, these ones on the left could chalk in the next few days, giving us more fertile eggs. But as of right now, looks like 2 out of 4 are fertile. So, you know, sometimes I get 4 fertile eggs, sometimes 2. It's just kind of luck of the draw. I'm grateful for any fertile cherry head eggs I get. So you can see that. And so if you get any redfoot eggs or any kind of tortoise eggs, look out for that chalking that forms on the top of the egg. It's usually a pretty good circle that forms at the top like that, and it starts off small and gradually gets bigger and bigger. I'll show you guys one more example. These eggs are a little bit further along. These are some redfoot eggs. So these actually, all 3 were chalked. And now you can see here, I'll rotate this very, very gently and carefully. All right, see that? You can see all the blood vessels inside the egg. And that's gradually gonna get bigger and bigger and become a tortoise. These were laid on September 5th. All 3 are fertile. You can see blood vessels in all 3. 3 redfoot eggs. What's going on, guys? Ryan here with Southern Reptiles. Got a live video. As you can see, one of my Brazilian cherry heads is nesting right now. Typically, they'll usually start digging about 2 hours before the sun goes down, but this female started a little late, but that's okay. I've had them sometimes nesting as late as 9, 10 o'clock at night. A big part of, you know, breeding tortoises and collecting eggs and a lot of it comes down to observation, is what I've noticed over time. You know, I spend hours with the tortoises, and that's a big part of learning, you know. So say all your females are normally at this in the middle of the afternoon, let's say they're all kind of resting, and one of your females is out pacing around all day. That's usually a good observation that she's restless because she's gravid, and that was what was going on with this female. She was nipping at the cuttle bone. When typically when they're gravid with eggs, they'll bite at anything that's white. So if you ever see one of your adult female tortoises eating or biting cuttle bone or calcium blocks or little rocks or generally anything that's white is going to have calcium in it, bones, rocks, things like that. So if you see them biting at it more than usual, that's probably a sign that she's gravid. So that was what was happening with her. She was eating the cuttle bone nonstop, and she was pacing around nonstop today, and that's just a big indicator. Is usually for my redfoots, the males will walk around all day and the females will be hiding inside the houses during the day, kind of staying out of the sun. And this female was walking around even in the heat, you know, the 90-degree heat today. So she was looking for a good spot to nest, and she just started digging. So hoping we'll get a good clutch out of her. I actually have only had this female for, I don't know, 3 months now, so it's a good way to start the season. This is my 4th or 5th female cherry head that's given me eggs so far this month. So we got lots of cherry head eggs cooking. I know I've had hundreds of people messaging me looking for cherry heads, so should get some hatchlings. So as you can see, she's excavating the nest. What she does is she urinates on the soil, and that causes it to be a little easier to mold into the cylinder shape that she needs it to be. And she'll urinate, dig a little bit, urinate some more, dig again until it's a nice cylinder shaped nest, and she'll deposit the eggs. I have 6 adult female cherry heads and 4 males. So yeah, typically the redfoots and cherry heads will start laying in October all the way into January or February. They'll clutch, they'll lay 3 to 5 clutches, and so we're right at the beginning of the season right now. My incubators are filling up kind of quickly. So I figured I'd just do a little live video. I just got home. It's always nice to come home and see one of my female tortoises getting ready to lay. Well, I'll keep you guys updated. Thanks for watching. Alright, update. About 45 minutes has gone by. She's still digging. Looks like she's just about wrapping up digging the hole. Should start probably laying in the next, I don't know, 20 minutes, 15 minutes or so. It's a patient waiting game. As you can see, a bunch of adult Hermans all huddled in the corner over here. These are adult breeder Eastern Hermans. She is hard at work. It's not an easy process laying eggs for them, and they can be very meticulous about how the nest is set up, and sometimes they could spend hours digging the hole and just abandon the nest completely. But judging by how long she's been spending on it, and she looks to be pretty happy with her spot. I know, I believe I've had a female lay in that spot before, so there's no rocks or anything obstructing her nest. As I mentioned earlier, this female, I've only had this female for about, I think, 2.5 months or so. So I don't know what to expect. I don't know how many eggs she's gonna lay. She actually was living in Minnesota, and then she came down here to live with me, and she's enjoying her retirement, or I guess you could say the beginning of her new life down here. She's loving the warm weather and breeding up a storm, and now laying some eggs. All right, we got a status update. Looks like we got 1 egg or maybe 2 eggs so far. We're about 2 hours or so into nesting. You can see the white from the egg down there. She's adding a little bit of dirt to kind of cover up that egg before she lays the next one. I'm gonna let her keep doing her thing. Probably just dig up the eggs in the morning. All right, guys, here we are the following morning. Let's see what we got in this cherry head nest. Looks like it rained, so the soil is real kind of packed in good. Just gotta be careful. Here's the female right here. Of course, they all want to see what I'm doing. Really laid them in there deep. All right, there's the first egg. 1 egg. Second egg. Alrighty, so 2 eggs. It's good enough for me. Always happy to get any cherry head eggs I can get. So I'll get these cleaned up and get them in the incubator. Alright, so I got the cherry head eggs cleaned up. I marked them today's date, 10/18. 2 good eggs. Hopefully they'll be fertile. Put them here in the incubator. Some other cherry head eggs. Just want to be very careful not to jostle them too much. Alright, well thank you for watching. Feel free to check out my website to see what turtles and tortoises I currently have available at southernreptiles.net. Also, please hit the subscribe button and check out my Facebook at facebook.com/southernreptiles and instagram.com/thesouthernreptiles. Have a great evening. Happy Sunday.